It started when an unidentified man punched Dr. Dre in the face. Take a look at this. Damn, I guess it's just an honor to be nominated and not stabbed. Now, we've been talking about this all week, about the problems they had over at the Vibe Awards. We want to shed some light on this, and we have here tonight one of the hip-hop world's top producers, a guy that was here, that was there that evening. Please welcome the man, Suge Knight. I don't know what we gonna talk about. Thanksgiving's coming up.
Everywhere I go, they blame me for it.
But that is true. Not to be. You are blamed for almost everything. The Vibe Awards took place, and all on the internet, all the news reports. Everybody said that you had something to do with it, and you are here to shed some light on it. So, all I can say is, I hope nothing I do makes you choke me. But. You are what reminds me of you a lot is I watched The Godfather, and at one point one of the characters asked The Godfather, is it better to be feared or respected? And everywhere you go there's a level of, damn, what's gonna happen? You should see my producers. They ain't even the real producers. They dude that hired that. So the Vibe Awards.
I mean, you know, to me,
no, we don't. That's why you here.
Well, why you wasn't there?
Because I knew that was going to happen. Even Quincy Jones, you see how fancy? What the hell? Oh, damn. Quincy Jones, I got to get back on the block. It was crazy.
Definitely was. You know, I was so excited about going to the Vibe Awards because the first time I seen it, I was incarcerated. So I was like, you know, this little club atmosphere, it's a nice setting. So I came out to support the awards.
Right.
But I think anytime you go to the awards, the first and most important thing is you're doing it for the kids.
Right.
You're not doing it for everybody else. And I think a lot of times the attention takes away from the award itself. If you got artists that got to have 30 police with them when they come, 25, 50 people. So now it's like, it's not a war show no more. Now it's like a who's what. But you know, to me, it was started off as a good night. But
right, yeah. Until you get a Lifetime Achievement Award and somebody knocked the hell out of you. But why is that? Now, honestly, I grew up in L.A. and
I really think that was I think that's, first of all, I think it's important that everybody even, you know, appreciate the fact that Dre got an award.
Right.
Quincy came to bring the award. Right. I think it's important. A lot of times people felt like everybody supposed to be bitter. But it's not nothing to be bitter about. I thought it was actually I thought it was great that everybody was getting an award. But I think the most important part that is really the part that's really messed up is that people's not talking about Dre getting an award. They talking about the incident, him getting socked before he getting the award. And you know, that really had nothing to do with...
Well, no, it didn't, but you love hip-hop. You've been instrumental, and West Coast hip-hop really took off when you put your stamp on it. So it's kind of gangster rap, what didn't really even exist. I mean, it's funny to me, because I grew up in the city. Right. I grew up hearing your name. I grew up on 135th Avenue, always had heard about you for years. And this thing that you guys did, I mean, literally sprung the whole country. So that's something to be proud of. And you and Dre, for wherever, I don't know the situation that you're in right now, did that together. So there's something to be said for that.
I was there, like I said, I was there to support it. And then, you know, a lot of times the media hype things up, or record labels put stuff in people's head where they should act a certain way. And my hands be tied on a simple fact. When I go to a award show, even if it was a fight breaking out, a fight about to break out, it's not like I can go and say, hey, leave Dre alone, this person do anything, on the simple fact that that's a violation for me. If I speak to him or look at him, I go back to prison because that's one of my parole conditions.
Right.
So my thing is I go out, support the awards, see what goes on with it, but hip-hop supposed to be about the culture of the people, what's going on.
Right.
And every now and then, a few things gonna get out of hand.
But that's happening. I know, and I'm really, you know, I'm just a temporary host, so ain't no point in me getting the hell choked out of me for none of this. But it's happening more and more. It's the Vibe Awards. It's, you know, all these awards, and it seems to happen so much. And I swear, every time, even when you were incarcerated, Suge did it. You know, like damn, you did everything.
Yeah,
you did.
I did the Source Awards because it was, you know.
How does that make you feel that everybody, yeah, I mean, no matter what you do, that you're going to be...
I mean, what I've basically been doing is I'm happy with my life. You know what I mean? God bless you. You got to enjoy it.
For sure.
And I've been putting my energy into... We finished Corrupt's album, Against the Grain, coming out. We got P.D. Pablo on Death Row now, so that's like... you know what I mean? So it's like... Those are the type of pieces I like messing with. It's like family-oriented people who really want to do something. We in making Scarface, Death Row.
I've always been, and not just because I've always loved with Death Row, a lot of the music that he did. Right. And you talked about Dre getting an award. Can I ask you, are you really proud of him, man? Because it's got to be. You had a lot to do with it.
It's like this. When you see Dre getting an award, or even if it's Snoop or whoever that used to be on Death Row, that's a part of the past that I'm proud of. So for me to be saying, oh, I don't like him performing, I don't like him getting an award, that's like talking about myself.
Right.
Because we all created what we created together.
For sure.
So that means when they go on to do well, that means they learn something. So that's important.
Now you talked a lot about your production deals and the people that you're in business with. You got a book, you got books coming out?
I got a book coming out called American Dreams, American Nightmare. And there's been a lot of questions about myself, Death Row, people on Death Row, and I feel it's this time that I put a period where it's a question mark at. And also I'm doing, with all my people at Death Row, a TV show, more like a reality TV show with 20 Central.
Because I got the Death Row Christmas album.
And we still gonna bad, that's right.
You ought to be hitting your head, the Death Row Christmas album, man. It's hard to... Merry Christmas, damn it. Come on, man.
I mean, you know, I mean, hip-hop is like this. You're supposed to be able to talk about what you talk about. That's why it's a young man's sport.
Right.
I mean, it looks out of line of a guy like 39 years old that made it with 5, 10 kids talking about he living with his mama. But if a guy's still 18, 19 years old, that's what he sees, that's what goes on in his life. And it's important they be able to express themselves. It's important that I think hip-hop, a lot of the hip-hop guys is more true to regardless if something happened that don't happen to the game. And I think one of the problems with these award shows is you got to have great people at the award shows. You got to have a show. You got to have a great host because that's like a club. If you go to a club and it's packed and the DJ is garbage, ain't nobody dancing. All of a sudden everybody looking around, maybe going to be a fight. But if the DJ great, they're going to be partying. You go to awards and nobody's there and it's all this empty, people looking to probably do something. And like if Usher can go to American Music Awards, they can go to the Vibe Awards. I guess Usher might be smarter than everybody else because he knows that. But it goes to show you that at one point in time, for us to get to the next level, everybody got to start being more professional. And everybody got to be to the point where we can get along with the situation.
I couldn't have said it any better. I'm glad you came, man. I love you, brother. Keep doing your thing. Give it up to my man, Suge Knight. He's coming right back with Matthew Fox, Suge Knight.